was the question again? Hey friends, welcome back to my channel, MBC Lifestyles Diary. My name is Marie, I live in New York, and I love fashion, travel, and cultural events, and I'm asking you to join me on the adventure. So today I'm going to share a little bit about myself and my YouTube channel. So I'm going to be interviewed and answer some questions. So I discovered YouTube, like most people, I guess, in 2020 during the shutdown for COVID. And I was tired of all the streaming services and what was on TV. And I looked over and my husband seemed quite entertained looking at various YouTubers and getting a little enthusiastic about watches and watch collecting. So I was like, really? YouTube provides all that? So I went and I started looking at my own interests in YouTube. And what I really wanted to do in 2020 was escape. You know, I wanted to travel to foreign places or have other experiences than what I was currently having on the lockdown. So I discovered this woman named Tiffany Davis, and she had moved to Paris. And her whole tagline is, she's Tiffany Davis and she's a Black woman living in Paris. Love Paris, felt I could relate to Tiffany, and I started watching her channel. And I found it very interesting, you know, how she talked to the people, what she did, how she incorporated this content creating in her life. And then, of course, once you start doing that, then they start feeding you other things. And I got a couple of other favorites. So then I fell on Karen Britchick, and I fell on her by accident because she was focusing on street style. So she was showing what people were doing in New York. And so that brought you back outside. That brought you to the vibe of New York. And I was enjoying that. And then I found another young man called The Unknown Vlogger. And he was taking you around the world to all these different fashion sites and streetwear and younger. So that's how I fell into it. I said, wow, that is really interesting. And it really suited the purpose of something that was short, sweet, and took you outside of your life, of your world. And, you know, they were more consistent. Some of these people vlogged once a week, some of them 3 times a week. But it was interesting to watch their creative process. So after that, it started opening a feeling of wanting a bigger format for me, because I was already doing Instagram, on which I'm MBC Diaries, and I was on Facebook as MBC Diaries. And so I felt that it would be a really nice opportunity for me to try my creative strengths, because I always appreciated living in New York, and I felt that the only borough that they really concentrated on was Manhattan. So let's show what Queens has to offer, which is fascinating all by itself. And I started thinking about things that I would like to present. And that's how my YouTube channel came to be. So what I've learned from doing YouTube is that it's a very fulfilling creative process. Just coming up with the ideas, thinking about how it will be shot, what is it that I'm trying to convey on this YouTube channel. And what I was trying to convey was to take people out of their homes, like the same way that these other bloggers had done it for me. I also wanted to participate in that, and just presenting a different perspective. So yes, I like fashion, but I'm not a clothes horse. I'm not into quiet luxury, loud luxury, or whatever. But I do enjoy fashion. So I like the historical aspect of it, And I like that there's so many wonderful museum exhibits about it. I like doing the occasional haul. I do like the cultural things that New York has to offer. So I'll take you along with me to the theater, or I'll take you to Philharmonic, or to listen to music, to Carnegie Hall, all these great cultural institutions. Lincoln Center, I'll take you to opening night parties. I also will take you to art exhibits, give you a bit of history of some of the historical things that we have here in New York. And then the other thing that I like to do is travel. So I will take you along on those adventures and show you how that really opens your mind visually, what you'll see and experience. And I hope I'm succeeding at that and just giving you a bit of history of the different places. The other thing that I've learned doing YouTube, which was an added bonus, is self-acceptance. Because we all walk around with an idea in our heads of what we'd like to look like. We'd like to be younger, older, thinner, thicker, speak a certain way. And you are who you are, and that comes through on camera. So you either have to love it or keep criticizing yourself. And if you keep criticizing yourself, you're not going to do this. You're not going to be a content creator. You'll be too self-conscious, too in your own head. So YouTube has taught me that. Self-acceptance and self-love. Isn't it great that I can be doing all these things? Yes, this is what I look like. This is how I speak. And this is how I truly present to the world. So I have to start out being my own biggest fan. And I think that's been a really valuable lesson. Well, I think I've mentioned that before. What I hope to accomplish is to show New York and some things that other channels do not show. And as I said, I feel that the focus is always on Manhattan. So I've tried to bring it out to the outer boroughs, such as Queens, Brooklyn, the Bronx, and just show a more well-rounded Big Apple, because it's wonderful that all these boroughs have something to offer and some cultural institution. And I just want to present a different perspective and make people see or think or go, I didn't know that. So for instance, one of my viewers wrote that they never realized that you could walk into Grant's tomb and that he and his wife were actually buried there. That makes me happy. Someone else once said, I really love Barcelona. I never really thought of visiting it. Things like that. For me, let's not get it twisted. When I was thinking about doing YouTube, I was thinking about this would be great passive income, because that's how some creators present it. But the truth of the matter is that if you're going to be doing that, it takes a lot of hustle and discipline and dedication and learning all that you can about YouTube, like about the algorithms, about what an SEO is, about how to grow your base. And I honestly had enough of that in the corporate world, and I felt that it stunted my creativity or my joy. And one content creator, and I think I'll give credit to Monroe Steele for that, she goes, you should do this just because you love doing it, just the passion of doing it. And a lot of these people that you're seeing that are successful have been doing it for a good 10 years without any financial benefits, just because it was a wonderful creative outlet for them. And I had to lean in on that, because I'm not making any money on this, because I'm not following all the things they tell you to do. Be specific, do one thing, take all these extra seminars. No, I'm just putting this out into the world as a gift to my viewers and a gift to myself. And for those of you that have followed me faithfully and have been supportive, regardless of what my numbers look like, I truly appreciate that. And I do this for you. And I love the feedback that you give me. I love that you watch, and I'm glad you go on the journey with me. So thank you. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and remember to subscribe, like, and share.